first for Newcastle, and then tries to play it behind the defence. It was touched back. And let's see, he's taking his time.
Billick gets a nice touch on it, a very timely touch, because Asprilla is coming right in behind him.
All the way back, and an early touch for Pavel Cernacek.
One of the few he's had in this game.
I think they could actually charge him with a mission, Tommy, because he's basically only been a spectator in the first half.
That's for sure. He's never been called into anything at all. I mean, West Ham haven't looked like they were capable of scoring, Mike, the way they played, even when they did have the 11 men.
Forward by Beardsley. Asprilla. Still Asprilla. And the ball just going out of play. Asprilla and Bilic there. Interesting to hear what language they were talking, Tommy.
Yeah, I guess it's just the language of football. Give me that ball.
Seeley. This is view at St James's Park, a ground that has been redeveloped. In the old days, actually held some 70,000. These days, though, its capacity about 37. Now, Ginola.
Well, they could put 70,000 in it, Mike, if they had the seats, because, I mean, Toon's Army is so popular here, and there's one of the men who has made it all happen. Look at Ginola. He gets that little bit of space, and he gives it in. That's a difficult ball for a keeper on a night like tonight. Once it takes that little short hop in front of you, it can go anywhere.
Ian Bishop. This is Rowland. Putting that one through, and well read there by Warren Barton. Not the best of balls by Barton.
Oh, surely there must have been a foul there somewhere.
Well, to me, that was a bad tackle from behind. The referee had a perfect view and did nothing. Oh, here comes West Ham. Right there by Albert. Without the ball that time. Dowie. Over that one, hard and low. And Dumitrescu.
Well, if you watch this ball coming in, you realise how slippy it is. Look at how hard Dowie's trying to control his footing, and then he gets to it, he bangs it across. Dumitrescu almost wins the race. I think the defender gets it just the same time. Albert scored a goal and made a saving tackle there, Mike.
Dumitrescu to take the corner. Curls in, flicked on at the near post, and nobody at the back post for West Ham. Throw then for Newcastle United. Ian Dowie, another one of those honest professionals, worked so hard. As Newcastle swing forward, here's Les Ferdinand, and denied again by Seeley. Well, some of the West Ham players there stopped, looks across at the linesman, and then realised that the flag had not gone up, and Les Ferdinand, that was a glorious opportunity for him.
Oh, he walked in, and I thought there was a handball somewhere along the way too. I was looking for a flag as well, for maybe different reasons than the West Ham players, but Ferdinand should have put it away.
There's Michael Hughes. Throwing that one in, easily cleared that time by Steve Howie. Hammers goes searching for an equaliser. And neatly back in the end by Beresford. Well, let's see the again coming up with a big save to keep West Ham very much in this game. Newcastle coming forward again in waves. Asprilla. Being pulled there by Slaven Bilic.
Not a good-natured exchange there with the hands anyhow. At least they didn't get involved in anything after the play.
Albert. Gets heat up that time by Les Ferdinand.
Reaper's a very hard man to get by there, Mikey. He doesn't do anything spectacularly, but he stops an awful lot.
He's a good, solid defender, and Cernacek there, way out of his goal area.
Now, this is a better start by West Ham in the second half than they had in the first, even when they had the 11 players. Let's see what happens here. Well, surely there was an offside. Asprilla was offside in the middle, even if Ferdinand wasn't off.
I don't see how the officials can say that he wasn't interfering with play in that position. Surely it's got to affect the goalkeeper's sight.
Well, if he's running right at the keeper, he has to be affected by it, and there's another bad tackle, and the referee has let it go.
You see, we saw him earlier at when West Ham played Manchester United. It seemed that everything that Manchester United did that night got penalised, and they had Nicky Butt sent off, and West Ham couldn't do anything wrong. Tonight it seems the other way around. Now here's Asprilla. Beardsley keeps it in play for Newcastle. Asprilla again. Batty, away by Julian Dix. Asprilla. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do, but it's worked out to perfection. Beardsley. Now Batty. Beardsley to the far post. Nobody there. And Michael Hughes. Albert.
Oh, that was a real mismatch in terms of size, and Albert just stood his ground, and Michael Hughes just bounced off him.
Ginola. It's there by Hughes and by Rowland. Got past them both, but not really the quality of cross that he was looking for.
Now, he doesn't get it near high enough. I mean, he has two defenders on the front post. He's aiming for somebody on the back post.
Certainly been very impressed with David Batty's performance tonight, Tommy, for Newcastle United. He's really given them a steal in midfield. He's worked well, he covers space well.
Yeah, it's definitely a new dimension from the last time we saw him playing, and I mean, he's really fitting well in with this team now.
Ginola with the cross and the clearance. Now Beardsley, it's all one-way traffic. Beardsley gets past one, still keeps possession. Beresford plays it wide. Ginola teasing the fullback. Simon hard and low, looking for Les Ferdinand at the near post.
This man has been the tormentor. I mean, he's really providing the opportunities inside.
Here comes Beresford. Good challenge from Ian Dowie, who had come back in that position it had to be. It's Bishop. Side for Rowland. Asprilla was the player who brought Rowland down. Asprilla is adapting to English football and English conditions very, very well. He's not afraid to do the hard work either, Tommy, is he, to chase back?
Oh no, he's a good grafter. I mean, he's always out, he's always looking for the ball, Mike. It doesn't matter where the ball is, and he always wants it, which is so important. I mean, and it doesn't matter what kind of a situation's in, he still wants the ball.
Larry. Dimitrescu. By Albert.
Oh, just weight of numbers there really did it for Newcastle. I mean, they had 5 men back on that line.
Batty again. Time telegraphed the move. It was easily intercepted. Now Bishop plays it forward. Dimitrescu. It's a little nudge there from Warren Barton. That was enough. Ferdinand still trying to get off that 25 goal mark that scores since the beginning of February. There's so many opportunities tonight. It's not unusual for goal scorers to go through those sort of patches. As this time the ball is heading clear. It was aimed for Ferdinand by Ginola.
And certainly in terms of when you have a goal that means something, Mike, they're always much harder to get. And I mean, Ferdinand knows exactly what his tally was last year. Every goal scorer does. They know exactly. They can always tell you every game and what minutes is scored in. So he just wants to get off that. He wants to tie it. And you press just a little bit too hard.
Reaper leaving it there for Rowland. Looking for Dowie. Seems to be caught from behind there by Steve Howie. Howie's off second best. Still play continues. Asprilla is adjudged for being onside, chipping the goalkeeper, and that's goal number 2. but I like to look at the replay, and that's, I mean, he seemed clearly offside. Asprilla, though, will accept his second goal in a Newcastle shirt, and Newcastle will accept the second goal of the evening.
Oh, and he takes it so coolly. I mean, he just waits. Let's see, is he offside? Here's the play. Well, he's close. He's close. May have just made it, but look at, he just chips the keeper, gives the keeper no chance at all. Let's get another view of it. Now, I'd say it's marginal. I'd say he's level with the player. And of course, that's what they're saying now. If you're level, you're not offside. He makes a nice run. You see him coming in, and that's a clinical finish. He just puts the boot underneath it and lofts it over the keeper. I mean, the presence of mind that he just has, he makes it look so easy.
Yes, he waited for Leslie to commit himself and then lifted it over him. Newcastle United 2, West Ham United 0. West Ham down to 10 men are really now under the hammer. And Steve Howe is going off to continue getting attention. And Steve Watson is coming on for Newcastle, and Warren Barton is the player that's gone off. Watson, who was just recovering from a cracked bone in his little toe, he comes on, England under-21 international.
While Newcastle are solidly in the driver's seat. I mean, in the first half they played so well, they didn't score, came out here, and within 12 minutes of the second half they do find the net, so it's going to be a long way back for West Ham now, Mike.
Asprilla's first goal at St James's Park, second for Newcastle. West Ham now really going to have to commit players forward, and that could be really dangerous against Ginola, Asprilla and Ferdinand.
Surely that was the case of the Newcastle player leaning in on the West Ham player, the ref gave it the opposite way.
Yes, that's what Slavan Bilic was saying. We've heard, in fact, that Warren Barton has gone off because he's got a slight groin strain. And there's so many important matches coming up for Newcastle. Kevin Keegan not wanting to take any chances. Here's Ginola. Came off the defender. And Les Seeley there asking his defenders what is going on. Ginola there just walked straight through.
Draper was the man who eventually blocked it down, and even he's limping, Mike. He doesn't look like he's at all comfortable out there. Ian Dowie's coming back now to try to help out a bit at the back.
Over with the corner, headed away there by Michael Hughes. And that time, Tom Beresford is penalised. Climbing over the player.
Oh, let's see, does he climb over? And you're going to see, oh, this is the goal. Asprilla just takes it in on the box. He's about 10 yards outside of it. Look at, he doesn't panic, takes it nice and easy, has a look. Now he just chips it, almost like a shot in golf. He put the boot underneath it, just put it high enough over the keeper. And then that's a mighty impressive looking flip he has.
Certainly colourful celebrations from the colourful Colombian. Batty. Asprilla. And that one through. There's some beautiful byplay there from Newcastle. Batty tried to drive it across. Julian Dick just trying to marshal the troops now at the back for West Ham United. West Ham knowing that if they had won here, they would finish up into ninth spot. I mean, they can still come back as we come up towards the hour mark, but they trail here by 2 goals to 0, down to 10 men. It's all order. Newcastle at the moment are playing with just so much confidence. Asprilla inside the fullback. Another corner. Alan Bilic was the player who came sliding across. Corner's taken quickly. West Ham at the moment disorganised. Asprilla trying the shot. And it came off Mark Reaper for another corner.
Oh, this man has played his heart out inside. Julian Dix wearing the captain's armband. He's trying to lead by example. Ginola.
And he found his way into a very dangerous position, although Ginola there completely miskicked.
those tackles are a little high.
Dix. Still here on the bench tonight for Danny, the 19-year-old sensation from Portugal.
I'm not sure you'll see him, Mike. I think they need a little bit of... they're more interested now in preserving their tail than trying to score. I mean, they're so open at the back now. It's incredible.
Dix. Rather wasted in the end, but not too many players to aim at in any case. Now Beardsley. Ferdinand. Beardsley trying to play it first time. Batty. Driving force now for Newcastle in midfield. Here's an opportunity. Srnicek there way outside his penalty area. And now the chip as the goalkeeper rushes back.
Well, when it goes right for you, it really goes right for you. Most keepers would be caught out there. He comes out way outside of his box and then he knocks the ball away. Michael Hughes had a look at it, tries to chip him, and the keeper gets back in good shape to cover it. There he's coming out, and now he realises, oh, I'm in trouble. Michael Hughes, the defender, Albert just steps in front of him first, and that's what caused the problem.
So Steve Howe was there behind him to back up the situation.
That would have been a very interesting goal.
Could have really set this game alight. It would be one-way traffic. Now Asprilla. That time by Watson. Beardsley. Player 1-2 there, but Peter Beardsley not quite that fast.
He might have been one day, but he's certainly not now, Michael.
They're putting him up, Reaper under pressure. Now Dix. Dowie. Just running loose again. Beardsley. Now Ferdinand. And Seeley denies him.
Oh, Ferdinand's trying to push it in on the back post. Seeley cuts it out nicely.
Another good save from Les Seeley. Larry Baxter was born in the East End, far from Upton Park. Ironically, he'll most probably finish his career at Upton Park. Well, one would think so, at 38 years old now. And another player there from London, Les Ferdinand. From Hayes in London, which also produced another very good goal scoring, Cyril Regis. As this one is slid through, and the offside flag goes up, and Les Ferdinand there is denied. Looks across at the linesman.
He's saying, please take that flag down. I finally got the goal I wanted. Don't deny me. Is he offside? Oh, that's very, very close. He's offside all right when the ball gets to him. But when the ball is hit, the initial contact made from the passer, I don't think he's offside.
Very, very close indeed. That's no denied. Yeah, he really was a bit of a late developer. Good spell with Queen's Park Rangers. Never really settled, and then went on loan to Brentford before going to Turkey. Had a loan spell there with Beşiktaş in Turkey. And then came back, really found his touch. As Asprilla goes looking for his second goal. Julian Dix.
He's not too happy with the keeper, he's not too happy with a couple of defenders.
And Seeley. He's going to face this corner now from David Ginola. This one deeper, the header coming in. Asprilla. And Les Ferdinand gets goal number 3 for Newcastle, set up by Asprilla, and there was nothing that Les Seeley could do about that.
Oh, he just hammers it in. Ginola with the original cross coming from the corner. Here it's banked across. There's a touch in the middle. Here's Asprilla on the far post. He flicks it into the middle, and oh, that's a rocket. Look at how well Ferdinand gets a grip of it. Nicely, softly played to him, and he just bangs it home. I mean, that's a rifle of a shot. Look at the way the Colombian international feeds it to him, and Ferdinand does the same. He almost drills a hole in the back of the net.
Goal number 26 of the season for Les Ferdinand equals his record of last season with Queen's Park Rangers. Newcastle United 3, West Ham United 0, and you just get the feeling, Tommy, that Newcastle could now really run up a few more goals.
Oh yeah, they're playing with so much confidence. I mean, and there's just, they look so lethal up front. I mean, you take that man we're looking at now, Ferdinand, and you have Ginola on one side and Asprilla on the other side. And I mean, you just ask, how do you stop these guys? And you have Albert coming from the back, if that's not enough of problems.
West Ham looking very, very dispirited. Batty. Ginola. Playing this one in, and just a bit too close that time to Seeley. Ferdinand again very much alert to the situation.
Oh, Ferdinand would like to get one extra now that he's tied his output for last year. He'd like to get on to a new record for him.
Liverpool, the leading goal scorers in the English Premier League with 60 goals so far this season. Then Manchester United with 57. But Newcastle, with these three here tonight so far, have brought their total up to 55. And they also have the best defensive record in the Premier League along with Liverpool. They've only conceded 26 goals. Certainly if they can hold on to this lead, they will be the Premier League leaders again tonight. Here's Beardsley. Coming in there from Ian Dowie. Now Julian Dix. Beardsley from behind. Made contact with the ball, says the referee. Asprilla. A lot of space, trying to lift that one across. Really is congested in that penalty area, and West Ham just pulling bodies back at the moment.
Asprilla has such a little touch on the bike, and he doesn't move his foot at all, and the ball just takes off whatever way he can chip it.
Hughes. A wasted ball. Redknapp at the moment. If he could make 10 substitutions, I think he would.
Yeah, it's not been a game that's gone West Ham's way at all. I mean, Newcastle came out and they hammered them, and realistically, I mean, Newcastle could have been 6 in front here at this stage, Mike.
Steve Watson. It's a substitute to replace Warren Barton. Plays that one across to Ferdinand. The flag has stayed down.
I'm not sure. I was watching the West Ham player there, Mike, and the player is in front of him, and he's still appealing for the offside. I mean, you got to realise the players in front of you cannot be offside.
Asprilla trying the shot, bounced awkwardly, but Seeley did well to get his body behind the ball.
Oh, Seeley really, he's been left unprotected. I mean, you couldn't blame Seeley for any of the goals. Look at this. Look at all the time he has. He just sets his sights on the goal and drops it in, hoping that that little bounce is going to deceive the keeper. But Seeley comes across and covers it very well. Looked for a minute there like the keeper was going to reach down and pick it up, didn't it?
So check.
Well, Toon's army will still be on the march tonight, that's for sure.
Couple of weeks are going to be vital for Newcastle United. Trip to Highbury at the weekend to take on Arsenal, and then a trip to Anfield to play Liverpool. This one comes across to the far post, just a bit too high.
The Gunners are flying at this time. They're in pretty good form right now.
So Arsenal in 5th. Of course, no longer in any cup competition, so they're looking to finish high enough to qualify for a UEFA Cup spot next season.
Aston Villa look like they may have just gone off the boil just a little bit. They have other things on their mind, of course.
Yes, a League Cup final appearance against Leeds, and then, of course, in the semi-final of the FA Cup as well.
There was no offside on that play.
There used to be a time when British referees so much respected around the world and held in such high regard, but one of the things that we're noticing this season is that quality doesn't seem to be around. Certainly we haven't seen it this afternoon with the linesmen or the referees in this game. Here comes Beardsley. Asprilla. Still the ball comes loose and Seeley again has to go down, this time to deny Robert Lee.
Well, everybody's getting in the act here. Here's what Seeley's going to see. Look at Robert Lee outside, fires it in low, Seeley covers it up.
So Robert Lee looking to add to his 8 goals so far this season. If you're just joining us here on ESPN, this is the English Premier League coming to you from St James's Park in Newcastle. Newcastle leading 3-0. Albert scoring in the 21st minute. Asprilla in the 56th. Les Ferdinand with goal number 26 of the season in the 65th. It's Newcastle United 3, West Ham United 0. West Ham down to 10 men after Steve Potts was sent off in the 33rd minute. Match there between Julian Dix and Asprilla.
Oh, Asprilla checking to make sure all his teeth are still there. One of the toughest men in English football. Julian Dix took exception to him and he used the elbow. He's got across to talk to the linesman. Let's see what happens. Here you're going to see Dix is just going to catch him right across the chin. Well, he's going to say he didn't mean it. The referee agrees.
Free kick's been taken. Here's Beardsley. Straight wide, Albert started the scoring for Newcastle. Forward by Beresford.
It was a situation like that that caused all the problems the last day when we saw Newcastle United. It was Asprilla who was involved in it. He was the man who lashed out with the elbow. This time he's the recipient.
I'm sure with this game being televised around the world, we haven't heard the last of that incident. Julian Dix seems to be picked on all the time by officialdom. As Peter Beardsley tries a shot, there's Seeley keeps it out. Now Asprilla, time to measure the cross and then tries to beat Seeley at the near post.
No respect for the old man at all, Mike. He thought he was going to catch him out. He had a player coming down through the middle. Seeley's going to try to cover him. There's the initial save. When you see Seeley get up now, the Newcastle player's going to come into the picture at this stage. Look at that. And then he goes for the short side. Seeley said, no, you're not going to do that on me. I'm too old-fashioned for that.
Therefore, Cernacek. The attacking moves from Newcastle have been absolutely relentless. Here comes Ferdinand playing that one through. Asprilla running to an offside position.
Well, that time it was a good call.
I suppose in the law of averages, Tony, they've got to get the one right occasionally. Back to Seeley.
Oh, the crowd are saying he was backing into him. The referee says he was pushing, so
Kevin Keegan just trying to stay warm here at St James's Park tonight. It's about 1 degree when we kicked off. I think it's got colder. Oh, that time is penalised.
well, certainly for Newcastle inside it's very warm, Mike. They're very happy with their 3 goals.
Free kick there to West Ham. Dowie just pushing ahead of that time. Downey's starting to warm up now for West Ham. It's turning out to be quite a struggle down there between Asprilla and Dix.
Oh yeah, if you're Kevin Keegan, you got to be just a little bit concerned because, I mean, they're 2 fairly volatile men. I mean, it wouldn't take a whole lot to ignite it now.
They both have a very short fuse. Reaper plays that one through. Ian Bishop. Misdirected pass from Bishop. We go into the final quarter of an hour. Newcastle again surging forward. Ginola. Great game he's had tonight. He plays it towards the far post, and it's cleared there by Slaven Bilic.
Oh, Bilic has done a sight of hard work back there for West Ham tonight, covering back, trying to push up the field, and he's telling Ginola, I saw you coming, no way I was going to get in there. Isn't that a nice exchange?
Now Batty. Watson. Peter Beardsley. That was cheeky as he tried to play it through the legs. Another opportunity. Asprilla dragging the ball back, inviting the challenge. All the faithful here at St James's Park enjoyed that.
Mind you, he didn't pick on Julian Dix.
Ginola playing that one in, and Steve Howie. And he's a central defender. He wants to get out on the act. West Ham are going to make a double substitution.
Dimitrescu is coming off anyhow.
Stani's coming on. Dimitrescu is the player who goes off. I think the other one going off is going to be Ian Bishop. So Downey comes on. And it is Ian Bishop who's the other player who's going off. And it's Tim Breaker.
Wearing number 2, he's the man coming out of the back in place of Bishop. Danny will take up Dimitrescu's spot, I'd say.
Well, Tim Breaker played last week against Middlesbrough. It was his first game since December. He's coming back from injury. When he comes on, he's a defender. They need to add some colour and some style up front. West Ham keep rolling, trying to get that one across. It's charged down there by Watson.
Well, Danny, of course, on loan here from Sporting Lisbon, and he's really created quite an impression on the field and off the field. He's become the local heartthrob, Mike. He's the new star around West Ham way.
That's what I think Harry Redknapp said. Summed it up, none of the players now bother to bring their wives or girlfriends to training since he joined the club because he's so good looking. They all get very jealous.
Mind you can play a bit on the field too.
Of course, came to everybody's attention with his display at Wembley last December, playing for Portugal against England. Recommended to Harry Redknapp by Bobby Robson, the manager of Porto, who are running away with the competition in Portugal at the moment. Now Ginola playing that one in. Two players there from Newcastle going for the same ball. Slaven Bilic has been a real tower of strength at the back for West Ham.
Oh, this man has been a tower of strength too, wearing number 30. He doesn't even, it's a high number on and it still doesn't match his years.
Attendance today, 36,536. Attendance for Newcastle United. They've waited 69 years for a league title. Became better known during the 50s as a team with a cup tradition. Winning the FA Cup 6 times, runners up 5 times. But they haven't won the FA Cup since 1955. They won't win that this year. But they may win this title. The last time they won that was 1926-27 season, when it was still called the English First Division.
Well, Kevin Keegan certainly will feel the pressure off him a little bit after this one.
Ginola playing this one to the far post. Didn't quite fall for Ferdinand. He was looking there to tee that one up and strike it first time. Asprilla. Albert. Ginola. It's easy, Tim Breaker. Asprilla. Goes for the return and just overhit slightly by Les Ferdinand. It's pushed Asprilla wide. Beardsley trying to play that one through. And now Dowie. Steve Howie gets there first. He still manages to keep the ball in play.
Well, Big Ian hasn't managed to get himself involved in the game at all today, Mike. I mean, the conditions are just not to his liking. You can see he's having terrible problems trying to retain his footing on the field.
The other thing, of course, is that West Ham have been put under so much pressure. He's really got no service anyway.
Oh yeah, the ball hasn't been coming to him. Anything he's got, he has had to go back and fight for it himself. And he's really been like the Lone Ranger up front. Here's another call on the offside. This one is a good call. He's offside when the ball is struck.
Robert Lee. Who doesn't agree with that one? Asprilla, who scored his first goal here at St James's Park, second tonight for Newcastle.
The faithful here to be hoping it's going to be the first of many.
First real shot that Pavel Srdicek has really had to deal with in the second half.
Probably the whole game. Well, except for that one where he had to go. He scrambled back a little bit to get it.
Albert, he started to move, and I thought he was going to go all the way again. This will be his trademark these days. Now Ginola. The shot is blocked. Corner then for Newcastle United.
Well, Ginola really has been a thorn in the side of West Ham.
Village, it's up limping. Corner's been taken. Shot goes just wide from David Batty.
You could almost read his lips. He said, I thought I had it in.
He joined Leeds United 2 seasons ago. He left Leeds United some 2 seasons ago and never scored a goal for Blackburn. Slaven Village is the player down now for West Ham.
It looks like he's having a problem with that left leg.
Remember, of course, they use their substitutes. Yes, of course, they might think of bringing Peter Shilton on, play as an outfield player, or just bring him on, put him in goal, and let Les Seeley play as an outfield player, but I think Slaven Village is going to be okay. Beardsley down to 9 men as Dowie is caught. That was a bad challenge, and the referee has just let the play carry on. This is the thing that annoys players and fans alike. It's just the inconsistency, Sonny.
Yeah, that's all you ask. I mean, you don't expect a referee to be perfect. He's going to make mistakes during the game, but you want him to be consistent.
A very bad challenge.
I mean, if you go back to the challenge where the yellow card, the second yellow card came in the first half, I mean, that's as bad a challenge there, and there was no card on it.
Shilton standing there, just wondering if Harry Redknapp has told him to go and warm up. You're going to go on and let's see who's going to play in the attack. Asprilla there. It's a little bit over elaborate. Now Ginola. After that one in, looking for Les Ferdinand, and it just squeezed off the side of his boot. Didn't quite fall for Ferdinand, who had taken up a good position. That's a side clearance from West Ham. I would think they'll be looking for the final whistle. Kevin Keegan must be enjoying this. Talking there with his assistant Terry McDermott.
I wonder if he had his sugar puffs this morning.
Ginola with the cross, hooks away there by Dix as Ferdinand just trying to nod it back across the face of goal.
Sure, a lot of you wonder what that comment means. Of course, that he's involved in the sugar puff controversy. The people in Sunderland won't eat the sugar puffs. The sale has gone down now because Kevin Keegan has become a spokesman for it. He's taken a lot of ribbons throughout Europe over it, Mike.
Yes, it certainly has. For Sunderland and Newcastle, tremendous rivals over the years. As Peter Beardsley is stopped, looking appealingly there at the referee for a penalty. And of course, Sunderland could certainly be playing Newcastle next year. They currently lead the promotion chase in Division 1, where 3 teams will come up. The top 2 in Division 1 get automatic promotion. The next 4 play off for the final promotion spot.
Can you imagine if the Premiership and the First Division goes to two teams from this particular area? That would be some boost for football.
It certainly would, but of course, great traditions in this part of England. Some great players over the years. Haven't had too much to cheer about in recent years here on Tyneside. That could be about to change. The header comes in from Les Ferdinand. Not too far off the target.
Now, and he gets good power behind it. You're going to see he's going to swing his body around on it. It's a powerful looking header. I don't think that Seeley would have been able to get across to it. He looked like he had it comfortably covered, but I have my doubts.
Challenge that time. Stops the attack now. Beresford plays it wide.
Ball was out.
Supporters on that far side, don't think so. David Ginola, who's been a thorn in the side of West Ham United from the opening whistle. Julian Dix. So they can do at the moment. Down a man. Newcastle with plenty of players back. It is Danny. Surrounded by three players. Now Newcastle breaking forward. Beardsley. Now Ferdinand. And Ferdinand there just trying to cut it back. It's the Asprilla who was completely unmarked in front of the goal.
Well, he stops for some reason. I think he figures he's going to run offside, and then when he gets a head of steam up again, pushes it wide. The defender gets a touch on it coming across, and he just can't square it. Look at Asprilla. All he had to do was blow on it if it came across to him.
Well, Ferdinand and Asprilla have got their names on the score sheet. And Newcastle now heading back to the top of the Premier League with a 3-point lead over Manchester United. Plus they've got a game in hand. But along with this game, the next two could be absolutely crucial for Newcastle, because they have to travel firstly to Highbury to take on Arsenal this weekend, and then to Anfield to take on Liverpool.
Well, I mean, they're fairly one in the driver's seat now, but you'd have to imagine if they win those two games, Mike, that they will win it all.
Asprilla, nice touch on. Here comes Beardsley. He's very, very close in there. Newcastle again just trying the one-touch play now. Albert surging forward. Opened up the scoring with a similar type of run. Ginola. Now the shot. And this time from Lee Clark, or Robert Lee in fact, goes just too high.
Constant pressure on this man. He's really had a very busy afternoon, and there's no end to it. Even with less than a minute left in the game, you can see all the movement of the ball. Newcastle not afraid to move it, and you can see him coming from the back and just decides, hey, everybody else is having a go, why not me?
So Robert Lee, the England midfielder, to the final 60 seconds, plus any time that referee Stephen Lodge will add on for stoppages. And the mini slump that has seen Newcastle take only 1 point out of a last possible 9 seems to be over. As they head towards victory here against West Ham. In fact, their bad spell started against West Ham when they lost 2-0 at Upton Park. A 3-3 draw against Manchester City at Main Road, and then a 1-0 defeat here against Manchester United.
Watch this, watch this. 1, 2, 3. And he still finds his man inside. And then Ferdinand decides, well, I can do that too.
Yes, and it fell in the end to Beresford, the only player, with the exception of new signing David Batt, who hasn't scored this season, including, of course, the goalkeeper, Pavel Stonacek. Stoppage time now. Batty. Asprilla. Plenty of power behind the shot, but denied there by Les Seeley.
Well, I'm not sure Les knew too much about that one, Mike. I think he got his elbow in the way, but the ball started to curl away from him.
Asprilla takes the short corner. Gets it back from Watson. Plays that one in. Asprilla against onside. Side, disjointed looking West Ham side at the moment as this one is headed on. So close there to an own goal. And Seeley. Well, it would have been a very embarrassing moment for Tim Breaker.
Let's watch it as it comes across. You see the boot getting to the ball. Look at that. He just pushes it up. Keeper makes a brilliant save, pushing it off the crossbar.
Newcastle looking for goal number 4. Batty playing that one through. Lee playing that one in. Laid back, nobody there for Newcastle. Referee checks his watch. Away there by Ian Dowie, operating now in his own penalty area. This is Danny. Nice control from the 19-year-old. Afraid to run at players. Really with no support that time. It's been an emphatic performance from Newcastle United. Down. Asprilla comes away with the ball, plays this one through. Here's Les Ferdinand. Still Ferdinand, denied again by the legs of Seeley.
Seeley certainly has earned his paycheck tonight, Mike. He's played extremely well. Ferdinand's going to cut inside of the box. Watch the boot. Here it is. Another of those kick saves. It's all over.
There's the final whistle. And Les Ferdinand gets his name on the score sheet. Kevin Keegan knows there are 3 more points that will now see his side back on top of the table. Goals from Albert, Asprilla and Ferdinand. Asprilla getting his second goal since his arrival from Parma. Well, stay with us here on ESPN. Coming up after this break, we'll have our post-match wrap. As Ferdinand had scored his 26th goal of the season. As the James's Park in Newcastle, it finished Newcastle United 3, West Ham United 0.